кажем уште еднаш системот на земање. 10 дена се зема, 5 дена се прави пауза, пак се зема 10 дена, се прави 5 дена пауза, уште 10 дена се зема и потоа се прави поголема пауза од 2 недели до 21 ден. Во меѓувреме може да се прави рентген, може да се прави ултразвук, може да се прави магнетна, но кај пациентите со канцер, битно е да кажеме, биопсија ако се прави, биопсијата само може да го надразни ракот и да се влоши. Сите останати прегледи можат да се прават, само не се препорачува, Шевченко нагласува, биопсија.
Така.
Тоа буквално го разлутуваш ракот.
Така.
Judah Folkman was forced to make a difficult decision between surgery and research. He chose research, but his surgical background continued to prove invaluable, especially with a very dangerous aspect of cancer called metastases.
Cancer cells don't stay at home. Thyroid cells never wander around the body to other organs, and liver cells don't wander around. As soon as they would enter the blood supply and start to circulate, they die.
But cancer cells do travel. A marble-sized tumor can release about 1 million cancer cells every day, and some of them survive very long journeys, from the breast to the lung, or the colon to the liver.
Cancer cells can enter the bloodstream, stay alive, and come out some other place, like the brain or the lung, and grow again.
Now what you have are hundreds or even thousands of tumors in the liver. And as each one of those tumors grows up, what happens is that the whole liver becomes replaced with cancer and can no longer function.
Sometimes the metastases will settle in a new location, but they don't call in new blood vessels and they don't grow. They're not dead, they're just dormant. When they'll wake up is not known, except in one unusual circumstance. Sometimes when the primary tumor is removed, the metastases suddenly come to life. New blood vessels appear, and the metastases grow rapidly. It only happens to a small percentage of patients, but it has troubled surgeons for more than a century.
Always that had been thought to be blamed on the surgeon. It must have come from the wound that he made, some factors.
But was it the surgeon? Or was something else at play, keeping the metastases dormant until the primary tumor was removed? It was a medical mystery that would unravel in a most unusual way, and the answer would ultimately provide Dr. Folkman with one of the most important insights of his life. It all started when Noelle Bauk wore a new pair of shoes to a cancer meeting.
My feet were killing me. So I found a room where nothing was going on, and I just went in and sat down. And then people started coming in just slowly, and then my rows started to fill in, and I just couldn't gracefully get out of it.
Dr. Judah Folkman was giving the next presentation. Noelle had never heard of him.
I had never heard the word angiogenesis before. I had never considered the fact that tumors needed new blood vessels. And by the time I got through, I thought, this guy is right. He's absolutely right. I believe it.
Noelle was so impressed, she changed the focus of her research from cancer genes to angiogenesis. 2 years later, Dr. Folkman was at home reading with his wife when he came upon a paper that astounded him. It was from the lab of Noelle Bauk. She had discovered something remarkable. There are some normal cells that secrete angiogenic inhibitors all the time. Shown here in yellow, the inhibitors are part of the body's natural defense against disease. They keep our blood vessels quiet. But when normal cells switch to cancer cells, two things happen. First, they start producing blood vessel stimulators, the blue molecules. At the same time, they drastically reduce the inhibitor they were previously making. It is a delicate balance of chemicals, in which the stimulator must overwhelm the inhibitor before blood vessels can emerge. But why would a tumor cell continue to make a blood vessel inhibitor at all? Dr. Folkman would think about that question every day for the next several months. Until one September morning on the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur. And suddenly, everything made sense.
It was exactly 10 o'clock in the morning. I can remember exactly we were in the corner. I can remember the seat we were in. Because suddenly it explains everything.
In the back of a Boston synagogue, Dr. Folkman finally understood that century-old mystery about metastases. When the primary tumor is in place, it makes a small amount of inhibitor, the yellow substance. It's not enough to overwhelm the much more abundant blue stimulator. But the inhibitor is very stable. It can survive the long journey through the bloodstream to the distant and much smaller metastases, preventing them from calling in new blood vessels. But when the primary tumor is removed, the source of the inhibitor is also taken away. Now the metastases are able to call in their own blood supply and grow. Suddenly, it was crystal clear to Dr. Folkman that the powerful blood vessel inhibitor he'd been seeking for decades could be found in the primary tumor itself.
Рентген, може да се прави ултразвук, може да се прави магнетна, но кај пациентите со канцер, битно е да кажеме, биопсија ако се прави, биопсијата само може да го надразни ракот и да се влоши. Сите останати прегледи можат да се прават, само не се препорачува, Шевченко нагласува биопсија.
Така.
Тоа буквално го разлутуваш ракот.
Така. Добро,